This is how Gyudo manages his single life, wielding a small knife, ready for a little operation. He offers the woman a sip, but barely lets her drink before snatching it back, continuing his hospitality. Ignoring protests, he bags her shirt's trunk, breathes deep, moves to delivery location. But he barely makes it before hearing a struggle. The woman needs a bathroom break, and Gyudo won't let her leave a souvenir in his car. Thinking quickly, Gyudo ropes her, giving her a minute, but time's up. No movement. In a panic, he checks, but she's already gone, showcasing her escape skills in the jungle. After a less than graceful tumble down the hill, she's caught by Gyudo, who shows no mercy this time, hoisting her up like a super backpack on his way back. Suddenly encountering patrol officers, tension arises. Gyudo tosses the woman aside and attacks the other. He swiftly takes out both officers, and after the showdown, Gyudo doesn't stop for anything. Clearly on, he drops the woman at the employer's feet, who pays up as promised, but just when he's about to leave, the employer calls him back. He's asked to deliver another package. Seeing it's just a code box, Gyudo agrees instantly, pocketing the advance. Little did he know it was the employer's trap. After meals, Gyudo didn't realize it was a kill the witness plot. This fills Gyudo with rage, while the employer's minions blissfully play cards, completely clueless about the looming danger. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. 3 men aim at Gyudo, but he uses the door to cover and counterattacks. Gyudo quickly snatches their weapons and takes them down in a flash, hurling the woman into his car like a human projectile. Soon, more thugs arrive, raining down various weapons, but Gyudo dodges and weaves like an action move. Using his agility, he effortlessly defeats 2 enemies, a true daredevil in a life-or-death moment. At this moment, the enemies with heavy artillery charge in, and Gyudo dramatically sweeps them aside with a finishing kick. Frustrated, Gyudo drives off in the employer's luxury car's compensation. Then, he spots a woman's head from the back. Gyudo slams brakes, planning to ditch her roadside. He initially thinks about leaving her behind, but his conscience gets the better of him, and he drives her home instead. Gyudo asks her identity. To Susan, kidnapped for knowing the secret home was the next Harry Potter heroine. Just as she's about to spill the tea on the secret, Gyudo interrupts, saying he wants to stay out of trouble. At night, Susan accidentally finds photos of Gyudo in his military days, sparking a plan in her mind. The next morning, Susan wakes up ready to impress with breakfast, only for the sheriff to show up at the door unexpectedly. The sheriff inquires about the exploded car, and Gyudo, straight-faced, claims his car was stolen. He claims no knowledge of anything else, and Susan jumps in to save the day, saying she can vouch for him. The sheriff senses Gyudo hiding something, but with no evidence, he has to step back. Just after sending the sheriff off, Gyudo senses danger, and the next moment, a crisis descends. Suddenly, a missile whizzes by, and the 2 barely have time to register the close call. Bullets rain down like a crazy storm, and Gyudo and Susan start dodging for their lives, bullets splattering closely behind. The enemy fires a rocket launcher, launching a tracking missile, but Gyudo cleverly dives into the elevator at the last. Under such heavy fire, they have no resistance and can only think of ways to escape. Soon, another missile follows suit. It's truly an all-out firepower moment. Just a second before the explosion, they plunge underwater, and Gyudo pulls out an oxygen tank, leading Susan to safety through. They find refuge in an unfamiliar state, almost having a wardrobe change after escaping with no funny business. Susan decides to properly thank Gyudo for saving her life. What follows is another story. Then the 2 arrive at the police station after car and house explosions. The sheriff doesn't believe it's coincidence. The sheriff knows there's no way this is a coincidence. After some questioning, he uncovers that it's all part of a grand scheme. Realizing direct questions are futile, he excuses himself, and Susan opens the sheriff's computer. She uncovers the information and address of the employer, and after sending them off, the sheriff gets the info he wanted. On the way back, Susan tells Gyudo the employer traffics humans, 400 to be flipped this time. Her sister and father are among them, and she hopes Gyudo can help. As a soldier, he can't just stand idly by. Gyudo decides to take down that scumbag immediately, while the employer is blissfully unaware that Gyudo is waiting at his. But the golden retriever remains unfazed. Susan rummages in vain. When Gyudo prepares to search, Susan's father shows up. It turns out he's been lying. The real human trafficker is his father, and Susan set this whole thing up to lure Gyudo. Which is torn. It's her father. She doesn't know what to do as her scumbag dad points a gun at Gyudo. Forces Susan to surrender. Then the boss summons his top henchman, taking Gyudo by surprise. Just as he's about to kill Gyodal, the sheriff arrives, and the blonde dog snitches first, claiming Gyodal kidnapped the boss daughter. The sheriff, knowing better, takes Gyodal away. When he wakes, he's locked up.